Hello and join us as we go live to Venezuela, where President Nicolás Maduro is holding a meeting with Iran's parliament speaker. Let's see.
20 años entre ambas naciones. Venezuela e Irán tienen un papel preponderante en la geopolítica.
We are at this moment seeing a bilateral meeting between the President of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, and the Speaker of the Parliament of Iran, who is paying a visit, an official visit to Venezuela, Mohammad Baqer Qalibaf. He held earlier today a meeting with the President of the National Assembly of Venezuela, Jorge Rodriguez, in which both leaders, both authorities assured the strengthening of the bilateral relations of both countries for over decades, and how both nations are willing to keep strengthening this cooperation, this mutual cooperation with the benefit of both nations and peoples. Let's recall that the diplomatic relations have strengthened substantially during this 21st century in the country, during the presidencies of Mahmoud Ahmadinejad earlier, of the commander Hugo Chavez as well, and also under the presidency of President Nicolás Maduro. Both nations have embarked on several joint initiatives. Both countries are also members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. At this moment, both authorities, the High Authority of Venezuela, the President Nicolás Maduro, and the Parliament Speaker of Iran are holding a meeting at this moment at the Miraflores Palace, at the Simon Bolivar room in the Miraflores Palace, as part of the official visit that this High Authority of Iran is paying to the South American nation. A proof of this long-term friendship between both nations is precisely that today, on Monday, the Venezuelan government is holding bilateral meetings with Iran to strengthen bilateral relations and also to deepen agreements reached between both countries over the past year. The National Assembly President Jorge Rodriguez hosted Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Baqer Qalibaf at the Legislative Palace earlier today, and now he's holding a private meeting with the President of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, at the Miraflores Palace. The meeting that Mohammad Baqer Qalibaf held with the National Assembly's President of Venezuela, Jorge Rodriguez, expressed Venezuela's gratefulness to the Iranian people and also to the government for always standing together with the Bolivarian Republic in times of need. For his part, the Iranian Parliament Speaker congratulated Venezuelans for the successful electoral day in last Sunday's May 25th regional and legislative elections. That is why he came to pay a visit, and he came to pay homage to the Venezuelan people, to keep strengthening both relations between the peoples and the governments of Iran and also Venezuela. And during this meeting that Mohammad Baqer Qalibaf held with Jorge Rodriguez at the National Assembly, Rodriguez expressed the admiration that Venezuela feels and has for Iran's path to freedom and independence, with determination, with the self-determination of the peoples of Iran and its government to forge their way amid also a warfare imposed by the United States that has both countries as target. And this is a moment in which both countries are saying to each other that the peoples of both nations are not alone in a context of economic warfare, of tariffs imposed by the United States to the rest of the world, in which the U.S. is trying to divide the peoples of the world regarding their political intentions, their political path. Well, it is a policy that is not successful, because Venezuela and Iran are showing the world that none of their peoples are alone, none of their governments. This is a moment of reaffirmation of both the nations, both governments of the countries. So we were live seeing a special meeting that President Nicolás Maduro is having with the Speaker of the Parliament of Iran at this moment in Venezuela. This is all for the moment, but stay tuned with teleSUR English for more information on this meeting.